I'm an answers person. I love answers, but are these answers people?
How big of a hurdle was that? Because like I've been around this so long, and it's the only thing that I know.
Sure,
like I feel like a part of it, it's just started to just be a, like intuition. It's just like that just makes sense. but like,
all right.
You came from, you know, a limited experience in the veterinary world, and then also at CVM. Like, I don't know if that's really pushed that hard there. My perception of it is it's just like kind of, but like, how was that transition of like being able to just be that neutral voice of a patient essentially and letting people make those decisions?
Well, I liked it. That's why I came here. Because, and I said it a lot while I was even on my externship, like, this just makes sense here. Like, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
You put the right words to the things that I had bad feelings about in my limited experience, and that's why I chose to come here.
Yeah.
I went to a lot of other clinics and saw how they did things and tried to not come here for a job, honestly, but like y'all got me because it just made sense here.
Yeah.
So it logically, that's how my brain works. That's how I wanted to practice the medicine. So I found a place that would steer in and let me have that.
What were the things that you didn't like? Because I don't think I've ever actually asked you that question. Because you did other rotations, you worked, you know, in college, you worked other places. Like, what was the difference
of
like the other experiences? What you didn't like about the other?
Yeah, what were the things that were like, I don't like that thing?
Well, I mean, the first time I heard you guys say, like, unnecessary conflict and inhibition, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Oh, my God. Every, like, poor example that I've had, like, funnels neatly into one of those, probably.
Yeah.
And a lot of, like, at Michigan State, on ER, dog comes in, it's coding. You just run it in the back. Everyone is on it. Everyone, like, we're getting a catheter and there's blood pressure. We already have a VBG running. Like, everything is already started and no one has been like, do you want us to try to resuscitate your dog? Like, do you want, are you going to be on the hook for any of this? Or do you have $20 total dollars?
Right.
I'm inherently making decisions for you by starting treatment on your dog without knowing your dog or why it's dead.
Right.
Like, so that never really sat well with me. I feel like we jumped to this is what we could do, these are our resources, not what do these people actually want.
Yeah, and so actually it was kind of coming off that as well, is that, so talking about informed consent in a university setting, you're already at the top 5% of clientele.
Right.
There isn't informed consent. It's just, well, here's the 15 things that can be done, and the 15 things we're going to do, and the 15 things you're going to let me do, and the 15 things that we're probably going to figure out how you're going to pay for. You know, so it's like when they come, like, you know, like saying, so when they come in, it's just like, well, obviously we're doing these 19 things to bring your patient back. Why wouldn't we?
It got me weirded out on some rotations where, like, they come into ER, so they're just people in the community. They're not referred. They come in just because we are the vet.
Walk-ins or whatever. Yeah.
And, like, they get referred to internal medicine, or they get referred to surgery, and now we're, like, running $2,000 worth of tests. Are we just going to send it home on steroids? Do they need an answer, or do they want to try treatment? Like, I'm an answers person. I love answers, but are these answers people? They weren't given the option necessarily to be like, how far do we want to push to get an answer? Do we really need to rule out this versus this?
Thanks for checking out this clip from the PAWCast Veterinary Podcast. If you are interested in watching this full episode, you can go ahead and find that right here. And if you're ready to be the force of change in veterinary medicine, go ahead and click subscribe right here to learn more. Thanks.